Welcome to the Slow Home Studio. Today we're going to be finishing off our discussion about fireplaces by answering a viewer question about grout lines.
Yeah, so we're zooming in one level a little bit closer and looking at how we're actually going to align the tile on the fireplace face. And this is interesting because there are a couple tricks that you have to pay attention to in order to make the whole composition look right.
That's right. So let's have a look at our first image, and this is actually a little bit of a trick because normally we start out with a bad example, and while the tile might be a little questionable and I don't like those stereo components up there, the grout lines are actually well placed in this example, and Matthew's now going to describe why.
Yeah, now these are two images of the same fireplace, and this is a project that we've done at Housebrand, and the first one is actually incorrectly done.
We didn't do that.
We didn't do that. We went to the second one, but what we did originally is we actually aligned the tile, which was 12 by 24, with the top of the firebox, and unfortunately what that resulted in was a sliver of tile at the top and then a sliver of tile at the bottom, which is not ideal.
No, it certainly isn't. When you're in that situation and you don't have the surface sized for the tile, what we recommend is that you consolidate it so that you have one offset piece of tile like that, and then that moves that horizontal line up and it creates a full tile on the edges that has had a piece knocked out of it so that it gives a sense of solidity.
Yeah, it's a much better detail. Now, of course, if you have the time and the energy to size your fireplace enclosure for the 12 by 24 tile, you can do what we did here, which was to frame the drywall so we exactly fit 5 full tiles going up and down, and that made it very easy for us to compose that.
Same thing could not be said for the horizontal width. We actually do not have full tiles. They're not quite full tiles. And so if we had gone and lined up on that vertical edge, one or the other, we would have ended up with a sliver. So again, by not doing that and having 2 full tiles, one on each side, and then a slightly smaller tile on the inside, we actually are able to do that, and then we just centered those grout lines on the firebox.
Yeah, so it is a little bit of a trick, and at the end of the day, this looks very well composed. You can just see the 2 lines there. We have minimized the grout lines, and we've also maximized the look of full tiles.
And just one last detail, you can see that those vertical lines in the fireplace actually align with the grout lines on the floor.
So remember, when you're detailing your tile for your fireplace enclosure, you might have to shift it up or down, left or right to make all the grout lines make sense.
See you next time.